Welcome back to another edition of the FerrisStateBulldogs.com Men's Ice Hockey Series preview. As I cannot believe already it's the end of the year, Dan. The Bulldogs played their last regular season home series, and those 8 seniors made that final lap around the Ava Glavin Ice Arena.
Yeah, it seems like just yesterday that those seniors were taking the ice, as well as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors as well, taking the ice to play the Ontario Institute of Technology Ridgebacks in that scrimmage game. Down
to our last weekend series on the year. This one's going to be on the road, however. It's the Bulldogs facing the Ohio State Buckeyes in Columbus, Ohio. But let's get on to last weekend as Ferris State hosted the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Irish nationally ranked 9th. The Bulldogs entering the contest ranked 20th. Inside the CCHA standings, the Irish 1st and the Bulldogs 5th.
Yeah, Friday night's game seen the Bulldogs drop a tough 3-2 decision to the Fighting Irish. A tough battle game. What a game it was. Very well played. Scoring for the Bulldogs in that game, a short-handed goal, beautiful goal by senior forward Mike Embach on a beautiful pass by Scott Zarnowski. I mentioned the short-handed goal. Don will get to that in a minute. Also scoring for the Bulldogs is Matthew Kurzinger. Once again, another beautiful goal, power play goal. This time, beautiful feed by Derek Graham to spot Kurzinger backdoor. Kurzinger did the rest. And in that game, Pat Nagel, tough loss, wound up the game with 34 saves.
Mike Embach came into the weekend series leading the nation in shorthanded goals, 4 on the year. Ends up scoring another one, like you just said, Dan, on that Friday night to make it 5 shorthanded goals. This guy's on fire. If you look at it, the next closest person's going to be with 3. I don't know if anyone's going to catch up to him by the end of this regular season next weekend.
No, such a dynamic player, shorthanded. You mentioned it. He's got the speed, he's got the hands, and the numbers don't lie when it comes to his shorthanded goals. Friday night's game, like I mentioned, a tough 3-2 loss. Thursday night's game, we go into senior night. Like you mentioned, the seniors taking their last senior lap, saluting the crowd. Emotions running high. Tough 5-2 decision. Rough first period. I thought Notre Dame had a very strong first period. Whether it was the ceremony, albeit Notre Dame really came out flying. Took it to the Bulldogs that first period. 5-2 loss, albeit with an empty netter. So 4-2, 5-2 with that empty netter. Scoring for the Bulldogs. Freshman defenseman, Scotty Zarnowski. That's his first collegiate goal. Nice goal it was. Also scoring for the Bulldogs was Aaron Schmidt. Both of those goals coming on the power play.
Head coach Bob Daniels talked about in his pregame show on our radio show this weekend that senior night's kind of a bittersweet night. It's not only that the seniors get emotional, but it's the players on the bench watching their fellow seniors take the last lap around this rink, and everybody gets emotional. Some have tears going down their eyes. And, that could be one of the reasons why Ferris State had the slow start. Some say so, some say that's not the case. You still play the game no matter what. But besides the fact of that, a 5-2 loss for Ferris State, the Bulldogs got swept on the weekend, and it could be another reason why Notre Dame proved their first place inside the CCHA.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Full marks to Notre Dame. Their first place inside the CCHA for a reason. And we've seen it on display this weekend.
Let's get on to the Ohio State series. Normally it's the Friday-Saturday traditional series. This weekend it's going to be a Thursday-Friday contest, so I guess we can't even call it the weekend. The Bulldogs will play Thursday night at Ohio State, and I think it's 20,000 plus seats. They got the Jumbotron, the electronic ring, and all that kind of stuff. It's a great facility. Not the best atmosphere because they can't pack it. They get about 3,000 or 4,000 in that rink. But they play the Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 7 o'clock as well. We'll have the contest for you on WBRN AM and FM 107.7 and 1460 AM, as well as FerrisStateBulldogs.com. 6:45 p.m. will be our pregame show.
Yeah, earlier on in the year, Ferris State defeated the Buckeyes by a score of 2-1. The next night came out, dropped a tough 5-3 decision to the Buckeyes. So the season series between these two teams sits at 1 game apiece. Also, if you look up and down both rosters, Ferris State has 1 player. That's Captain Zach Redmond, 20-plus points. Ohio State, on the other hand, they have 4 players with 20-plus points. John Albert, he can really put the pucks in the back of the net. Sergio Soma as well. He's got 31 points. Albert has 34. Danny Dries is picking it up as of late. He's got 26 points. Peter Boyd, not far behind. He's got 25 points. So they got some goal scorers on that Buckeye squad.
You talk about Zach Redmond being our only player within that 20-point column. He will not skate in this upcoming series. We had the chance to catch up with him on the radio during the third period of Saturday night's contest, and here's what he had to say about his injury.
I guess I kind of fell on my knee funny in Alaska. Didn't think much of it. To be honest, thought it was a pulled hamstring, but nobody could diagnose it, and the pain wouldn't really go away there, for a couple of weeks. So I ended up getting an MRI on it, and I tore my PCL, which I guess if you're going to tear something in your knee, it's the muscle or the ligament to do it. It's really not a giant deal, but just have to rest it so I don't need surgery.
Broadcasting live on 107.7 FM and 1460 AM right now. Zach, your fans probably wondering the biggest question of the night: when will you be back in the lineup, if anytime this year?
Well, I don't want to circulate rumors here, but the original diagnosis was 2 weeks off of everything completely, and then another 2 to 4 weeks after that in physical therapy. But I just got a second opinion today, and you know what? I might be back as early as the first round. That's definitely optimistic, but I'm getting a third opinion in Ann Arbor, so we'll see as time unfolds here.
Yeah, this weekend series is going to be very key to pick up, hopefully, possible 6 of 6 points. If we do, not saying this 100%ly, but there is still a slight chance that Redmond may be able to play come second round of playoffs. That's why it's so important. I'm not even going to say maybe, it's going to be so important to hopefully pick up that 4th or 5th seed as those 4th and 5th seeds get that first round bye. Let Redmond rest up for another week, get healthy, and who knows, maybe take the ice.
Well, let's take a look at the conference standings to show you guys better what we mean by this. You see that Ferris State 6th place right now in the conference standings. 1 point behind Northern Michigan, Northern having 39, the Bulldogs having 38. We're looking at Western Michigan with 41 points. The highest Ferris State could be is make its 4th place after this weekend, and the lowest they could go is 8th place. So you got a 4th through 8th place range this weekend that you can end up in. Quite a big difference, and we talk about why these are so important, Dan. Western plays Notre Dame, Northern plays Michigan this upcoming weekend. So those are 2 tough squads that the two squads that have ahead of us play. If Western gets 1 win, we would need to sweep Ohio State just to tie them with 44 points in the conference standings. So if Western gets that 1 victory, you need the sweep if you want the 4th place, first round bye, second round host. If not, we want to look at getting 5th place in the CCHA and going to Western, our closest team here who would host it, because they're 4th place, we'd be 5th place. We'd still get the first round bye, but you're playing in the second round now. So what's good about that is 4 and 5 are the only 2 teams in the CCHA who know who they're playing in the second round. That means they get a whole week of watching the other team watching the other team's video, prepare for their power play, their penalty kill, and all that good stuff. So if you're 4th or 5th, you know who you're playing in that second round, but you don't play the first round. You get that first round bye. So actually, it's 2 weeks of getting video and preparing for this upcoming squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way Dave Center spends time in the video room analyzing all these squads, you definitely want to get that first round bye. He does such a great job analyzing the team special teams, what teams like to do on the power play, what teams like to do on the penalty kill. Also, he reads and looks at the forechecks and whatnot. So Center does a heck of a job getting the boys ready. And like you mentioned, an extra week off, that's longer to scout, look at these teams, and you go into those games knowing what you have to do to come away with wins.
Well, let's wrap things up here. The Bulldog hockey squad will play their last regular season their last regular season series on the year. It's going to be away at Ohio State on the campus of The Ohio State University, home of the Buckeyes, at the Value City Ice Arena. It's this Thursday and Friday, February 24th and 25th at 7:05 p.m. Dan and I will have the call on the radio. 6:45 p.m. our pregame show will start. As always, on 1460 AM, 107.7 FM, WBRN, and all across the world on the Bulldogs Sports Network online at FerrisStateBulldogs.com.